Do you know if it's in, if it will be in the area, or is it?
Going to Toronto.
Would Nelson Surette paint
Thank
fast
you.
or
Back to
slow?
Nelson.
Or
Fast.
slow?
Fast.
Fast?
Fast and slow, but he painted, he worked fast, but he painted over it. He kept pushing it around, and you never knew where it was going. I don't think he knew where it was going. It was a sort of a research, and in fact, for me, the pleasure of looking at a Nelson Surette painting, I'll show you. If you look at this water right here, this is a little triangle. The paint, and I was with him sometimes when he would be painting, and he would ask me, how's that? You know, am I done yet? And I'd say, yeah, it's great. He said, well, maybe I'll, and he would smoosh it around more. There's no hard and fast finish. He could stop at any point, and it would be done, and it was gorgeous. But he thought he could make it a little better. So he'd pull out a different color. He'd take the two, like that, and he would smush it around more. So they could be done very quickly, but then they could be done very quickly a second time, a third time, and he would go over them and over them. And in fact, his process, well, had certain things in common with my own stuff. It was very, very different brain at work. And so I was fascinated to be a part of that, to be close to him doing that as another painter, a very different painter. And I think he felt that way about me, you know.
So you must have
ever
spent.
watch you paint?
Well, I brought paintings over there. I don't remember if he ever came to my house while I was painting. I don't think so. But he knew my paintings. I brought paintings over there to show off to Julia and him. So they did see Frank.
Did you ever ask him, or did he ever explain where the image came from? Did he have a sketch? Did he?
In his head?
Yeah.
Or it came from his head. But he could go look. He would run down and look at a boat and run home, and he had it in his head. Which to me, I mean, the minute you take, I could be painting a still life. If you go like that, I stop. I need. See, you know what it is? It's a tactile. For me, I have to be able to touch when I'm painting. I'm painting with my sense of touch. With Nelson, he was painting not with the sense of touch, although there's a little of that in the way he got the light on the edges of things. He did define bulk, but he was painting with memory and with passion, more than touch. It's a matter of emphasis. For me, the emphasis is on tactile quality, and that's why I paint. I don't care that much about flowers and fruit and lace, but that's what I paint. Not because of the stuff, but because of that tactile quality. It's the painting that I'm painting. That's just a jumping off point for the things that it is. For Nelson, it's a whole different place in the brain and the heart.
Did he do some sketches, or did he
For
just...
preliminary studies?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think so.
So you think
He
just went...
charged right in.
Right in.
When he painted, in back of there was a shed between the house and the barn. He had a big barn, and there was a shed. You could walk from the back of the kitchen through the shed, and he painted in that shed. And in fact, down Sheila's cellar, she has a couple of easels that he used, and they're priceless. I was going to bring one, but it's made out of 2x8s or something. It was huge. I could hardly lift it, and it's covered with paint. That thick. It looks like a Monet painting on the bottom, just below. Because he's wiping his hand, he's wiping his brush, and Sheila said he would be painting with his hand like this, and he would wipe his hand on the wall right behind the easel. And the people that bought the house, they cut that out and framed it.
Wow.
Yeah. And he did a painting in the shed where he painted. He painted a guy in a dory. One guy, life size, I think it was almost. He painted it right on the wall. He just came out of it, and there he was. which I could never, you know, it's funny, when I was young and wanted to learn how to paint, my aunt was an artist, and I was just a little kid, and she would take me to the museum, and I looked at the paintings, and I thought, I wanna be able to do that. How did they do that? How did they do that? And so I've spent a lifetime figuring out how they did it. And then I meet Nelson, and I haven't got a clue how he did it. And I feel like I'm starting all over again. But they evoke a feeling.
Was he a fisherman at one time?
He did go fishing.
Yeah.
It says in the book, and Sheila said he went with his father out on the schooners. That he did have some direct experience with that.
Yeah. So that,
He knew the weather, he knew the sea
yeah.
firsthand. And he probably knew the fear and the discomfort. Not the heroic,
Yeah,
great
yeah.
fishermen, but these delicate, frail folk.
I was very interested to hear the story of the painting of the people in the boat there. I
Yeah,
don't know
me
if you
too.
told
Oh,
me that
yeah.
yet.
Well, you know, I wish I knew more about it. It's a real thing. There was a shipwreck, and these people were on the lifeboat, winter, and most of them froze. They reached shore somewhere, and Sheila told me the story, and this, I'm only telling you what I remember. There may be more to it, but Nelson saw this firsthand because they froze, all but one or two of them. There was a woman and all these guys, and I don't know the name of it. Sheila was trying to remember the name of the boat. She was going to find out for me.